We go. I'm recording for Sarah. This is one of my matches. Just recently, I'm gonna go ahead and click play. I'm gonna give you a quick walkthrough here. Okay, so he drops 2 cards. Red Ice Fusion drops 2 cards in the graveyard. Red Ice Fusion allows him to summon monsters from his deck, sending them to the graveyard. This card is very powerful. Red Ice slash Dragon, but it needs help. Now he's activating these cards. I have no idea what he's doing here. I've only heard about this deck. I've never faced it before. I didn't start off with a great hand. Decent hand. Magician's Combination. Somewhat of a new card I'm getting used to. Magician's Rod, old card, but normally don't use it. I've been using it recently. So I summon this card specially by sending this card to the graveyard. Normal summon this card, which allows me to bring Circle. Activate Circle allows me to search my deck for the next 3 cards. I get to pick one of those 3 cards to add to my hand if it has Dark Magician named in it. So I added Magician's Navigation, a trap card, put it down. Now I activated Combination. He's summoning monsters. He's basically adding monsters to this card because it's as protection. So he added this card, Infernal Knight or whatever, Infernal Knight, as a protection for this card, which also gives it more attack. Because any card that's added to it gives it an additional 200 attack points. But I think this one helps give it even more attack based on its effect. Then there's the skill that allowed him to drop this level 9 monster on the field, which is very strong. So I'm not doing a good position here, basically, because he's got this 3,300, 30,000, I got 16 and 2,000, but this one's effect is going to protect me as well as this trap. Now he activates Salamandra, extremely high attack. Now activate Navigation. I don't know why my Navigation didn't go on first. I think it's because this card won't allow traps to go off or something. So he destroys my monster. Navigation allows me to summon 1 from the graveyard, spellcaster, and 1 from my hand. So I add this from my hand and this from the grave. And because this card is summoned, Dark Magician, it activates Circle. Circle allows me to banish 1 card. Now he activates Bottomless Trap Hole because I was going to activate my effect, so it's why it's chain 3. So one effect to the next one effect to the next effect to the next effect. So we're just chaining card reactions. So now we're on his 3rd effect because my effect was going to basically give this monster 2,000 attack. So I could send my apprentice to the graveyard to give Magician's Rod 2,000 attack points. So because he used the Bottomless Trap Hole, he's going to banish my monster. He banishes it, but also my apprentice's effect when it gets to the field is it lets me bring a Dark Magician to my hand. So he switched his attack because he was originally going to attack Magician's Rod, which was a mistake. He should have attacked Magician's Rod because he would have done more damage and left my life points lower. He attacked Dark Magician because he was scared what I could use it for. Like he was scared for me to use it with other things, but I had other ways of bringing him back. So I had another Dark Magician in my hand, activate Circle again, because you can only activate it once per turn. So it's a new turn, activate it. First I activated this first Magician with Circle on my first turn. Next turn, I'm activating it on my turn, because I have a new Dark Magician. Now I'm using it to banish, but I know he has an effect where if his card is targeted, he can banish his back row card that was connected to his card to protect his monster from being banished. I knew he was going to do it, so he negated and destroyed it. I didn't care. Now I'm activating my skill to pick a card, a quick play card, right there, to bring that card to my hand, which I fucked up because so I can send a monster from my extra deck to the graveyard there, as a part of my effect, as a part of my skill, and I messed up. I eventually mess up, but I still win. So now, boom, summon the Dark Magicians. He's just as powerful as his monster. and I have no monster cards in the field. And I know if this card attacks, he can equip. When it declares an attack, you can target one warrior monster in your graveyard and equip it to this card, which will give an additional 200 attack. So if he does that the next turn, I will lose my monster. But when my monster, the Dark Magicians, is destroyed, I can summon two Magician monsters. So now, boom, I'm hitting his life points and I have defense. Not great defense, but I have defense. Dark Magician Girl gets 300 attack for every Dark Magician in the graveyard. So he activates his skill, summons a strong monster, sends a monster, my Dark Magician, to the graveyard, which gives my Dark Magician Girl an additional 300 attack points. Now I set that, activate that. So activate Rod effect. When it gets summoned, I can bring a card, set down navigation. Alright, so I summon Dark Magical Circle, activate Dark Magical Circle, I should say. Choose a card, which I chose Secret to the Dark Magician, and this card, but it's useless because I have nowhere to use it. I can't activate Navigation because I don't have a Dark Magician in my hand, and I can't activate Illusion, which would help me activate Dark Magical Circle, but still. Okay, Combination gets activated because I forgot that I can activate Combination. Like I said, it's a new card. Alright, so activate Combination to negate this card's effect. Power of the Guardians. Power of the Guardians is an extremely powerful card. And then I activate Dark Magical Circle, but I know he can negate it because he has the power to negate. So what I did is, because I have a Magician's Rod in the graveyard, I activate Magician's Rod's effect to sacrifice a spellcaster monster on the field, which I did, to then bring a monster to my hand, which is Magician's Rod, and then I banish Magician's Navigation to negate a face-up card. So I completely negated Power of the Guardians, which has multiple effects, which then wouldn't allow him to use his effect to stop me from using Dark Magical Circle to banish his monster, and now he's completely wide open for destruction, and game over.